Texas!
Howdy, Captain.
For this month's motorcycle adventure, I'd head to the Lone Star State of Texas and to the vibrant city of Austin, as the Handbuilt Motorcycle Show and MotoGP came into town and set things up nicely for a weekend of custom bikes and racing. But before I got stuck into those events, and to get the day started, I geared up and jumped on board an Indian Scout bobber for a cruise across the city and to a place that serves up a mighty breakfast. So we're here in Austin, Texas, and we're gonna go big. And there's no bigger or better place to get a breakfast taco than one in a million. Awesome, big breakfast taco, and I can't wait. Let's get stuck in. Now this place has had many food fanatics try and break the breakfast taco eating challenge record. I'm not here to try and break the record myself, but just come and enjoy the flavours that come out of this very busy kitchen. This is legendary. Even Man vs Food's been here and tried this challenge, so let's get stuck in. Secret combination of potatoes, bacon, egg, cheese, yummy. The 1L Taco Grande is a huge taco, that's for sure. And there's so much of that special combination filling of potato, egg, bacon and cheese, it just oozes out the side of that fresh tortilla. Messy, yes, but super tasty. After trying my best, I was honestly done before I'd even finished one. Not the best effort. But I was just astonished to look on the Taco Challenge wall and see the food warriors who'd stepped up to the challenge and put away more tacos than you could possibly believe. So here we have the famous wall of everybody who's tried those 1 in a million tacos. This guy here ate 9. I could hardly finish one of them. That's totally incredible. But apparently only 2 weeks ago a woman came into this place and ate 13 of those huge massive tacos. I can't believe it. I'm full. Let's get on the bike, get out of here. After that mighty breakfast, I then jumped back on the bobber and cruised over to South Congress Street. It's a colourful and popular street that's known for its many boutiques, eateries and bohemian vibe, and it very much supports the Keep Austin Weird motto. And while I rode around and soaked in all of these shops, I was really here for only one thing, and that's boots. And not just any boots, but cowboy boots. Well, we're in Texas, so we've got to try on some cowboy boots, and there's no finer place than this. Let's go. Now, Allen's Boots was established in 1977, and it has over 4,000 boots on display. And that beautiful smell of leather hits you immediately as you walk through that door. It was just mind-boggling to see all of the different styles, and especially the hides used, as boots here are made from all kinds of animals, like ostrich, goat, gator,
buffalo, and even lizards, to name a few. And boots here also range from $200 to over $4,000. And while I'm here, I just couldn't resist and swapped my gear for a pair of $1,500 cowboy boots, and then a hat for size.
Howdy, Captain.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate, much of a cowboy. Best swap back to my more familiar dress and get back on my own steed, as now I'd head across town for the Handbuilt Motorcycle Show. Now everything seems bigger in Texas, and the state capitol building is no different, as it's the largest in gross square footage of all of the state capitals, thanks to a 75,650,000 foot extension in 1993. And it's also the tallest, thanks to the 16-foot Goddess of Liberty that crowns the dome, which then beats the height of the US Capitol building by just a few feet. Crossing over the Colorado River, which flows through the heart of the city, I would now make my way to the Handbuilt Motorcycle Show, which exhibits some of the best custom motorcycles around, as well as checking out their ever-entertaining Super Hooligan races. And as the track got prepped outside and the racers started to spin some laps, I first headed indoors to take a look around at some rather special machines. Each machine here has had many hours of hard work, trial and error, plus lots of patience and precision to deliver such stunning results. And it's just a joy to walk around this show and marvel at each machine. And as always, there's the bold and the beautiful, each defined in the eyes of the beholder. Whether it's American muscle or a fold-away Japanese machine, vintage classics or damn right bizarre, this show has them all. Many of them I'd love to ride, but definitely hate to polish. But after looking at all of these interesting but static motorcycles, it was then time to step outside and see some in action. Now the Super Hooligan series is now in its third full season and provides cutthroat action from start to finish. Some of the tracks are held on flat track ovals, others on TT tracks. This round, however, was in the car park of the Handbuilt Show that involved 3 left corners and a right kink, plus a few curbs to jump over, thrown in for good measure. Supporting the Hooligan main races were the mini bikes, Supermoto, Run What You Brung, a bicycle race, and even some stunt riding on an Indian FDR 1200. So I was definitely in for an interesting evening. But when my buddy Roland San says, "Come on dude, come race the stunt bike in the Run What You Brung class," I suddenly found myself being talked into it and then lining up at the start. Oh well, here we go again.
Okay, that's like...
After many thrills and even a spill on the 120 horsepower FTR beast, I ended up my race grinning from ear to ear. But now, it's best left to the pros to further push the limits and go bar to bar, for trophies, cash, and most of all pride. Race celebrations ended, and as the night sky turned to dark, it was just the right time to head over to the Congress Avenue Bridge and watch the bats. Now in 1980 the new bridge was constructed, and then not long after that the bats moved into the tiny crevices underneath the bridge, a place that offers them warmth as well as protection. So now millions of Mexican free-tailed bats have found their ideal hotel. And it's also the perfect place for them to exit, fly down the river, and eat bugs every night. And it's just a spectacle to watch, and a fascinating way to end the day. The next morning I was back on the Scout Bobber, and today I'd head out of the city and escape into the countryside. Easy to do in Austin, as the city actually falls within the Texas Hill Country geographic region, so only a short ride out of the populated areas and you can soon find yourself cruising amongst the trees and enjoying the freedom. And a place to find further tranquility is the beautiful McKinney Falls. And just a short stroll down a trail and you can soon find yourself jumping over Onion Creek and then listening to that water flowing over those limestone ledges and splashing into the pools below. Here, Mother Nature does it all, so you don't have to do anything. After enjoying the beauty of the falls, I then jumped back on the bobber and rode towards the total opposite, as now I go in search of high speeds and screaming engines.
We're here at the Circuit of Americas for the MotoGP. Come on, let's go.
Now, as you can probably tell, I love MotoGP. If you've never been to a race, you should, as here you'll find the best motorcycle racers in the world, riding the fastest motorcycles in the world. And the sheer speed, sound and spectacle that this championship delivered is just mind-blowing. And there are three classes: Moto 3 250cc, Moto 2 765cc, and MotoGP the Premier Class and the fastest boys out there, 1000cc. As ever, all of the races turned out to be incredible, and the main MotoGP race was no exception, after Marc Marquez on his Honda threw away commanding lead, and then it went down to the wire between veteran and fan favourite Valentino Rossi on his Yamaha and Alex Rins on his Suzuki. The young gun Rins winning in the end to claim his first MotoGP victory. It was also great to see Nicky Hayden's 2006 championship winning machine on display. whose famous number 69 was officially retired from the MotoGP class over the weekend, and also turn 18 was branded Hayden Hill. While over at Alpine Stars, they celebrated American racing with a limited edition pair of Kenny Roberts Sr. Supertech Art boots, as Kenny was the first American to win the Elite GP World Championship and is a racing icon. And while at the races, you never know who you're going to bump into.
Hey, MotoGP fan!
My channel is Juca, Juca.
Check him out. Look at this, a 998 Ducati all over a leg.
After all that two-wheeled excitement, I then jumped back on the bobber and headed back into hill country. And this time, I was after food.
We can't come to Texas and not get barbecue, and I'm here at one of the finest places for one thing. Here for ribs. Let's get stuck in.
Now, Texas is famous for barbecue, and there's one place out in hill country that does it like no other, as this meat is cooked over an indoor open fire pit. Now, that's something these days that you just can't find anywhere, as some states don't even allow them. But it's this open fire pit that gives the salt lick its particular flavour, as they only use dense oak logs and then keep the fire at bay and add more flavour and smoke by throwing on wet pecan shells. The meat is then coated in a special sauce containing 32 individual spices, which caramelises the outside, and then once it's been slowly cooked to perfection, you end up with tender and delicious meats, infused with smoked oak, pecan and spices. Just incredible. As I waited for my dinner to arrive, I met up with some MotoGeo fans, who were in town doing the same thing as me, watching motorcycles and then eating barbecue. Oh, finally, my mouth-watering big plate was here.
Oh yeah! That was so tender and so tasty.
As I tucked into some of the best barbecue I've ever tasted, and as the meat just fell from the bone, I found myself in barbecue heaven.
I love Texas.
The salt lick had been a great experience and more than hit the mark, and a very tasty way to end the day. But before I left Austin, I just had enough time to make one last stop, as I called in to visit the Austin Speed Shop. And it would be here I'd meet up with my buddy Barry Wise, who'd introduce me to the owner, who then, after showing me around his impressive office, took me into the workshop to see a very iconic motorcycle. Known more for building world-class hot rods and customs, this place just happened to have a very special motorcycle on display, and one which has a fond place in my heart as I watched this machine on track as a kid.
This is no just like replica 500cc motorcycle. This is the real deal. Magnesium, titanium, carbon fibre. This is Unbelievable. Kevin Swans for me was just like a childhood hero. I watched him race. I was inspired by it. His battles with Wayne Rainey and Gardner and Doom were just legendary. This bike is iconic.
And this was a fantastic ending to an awesome weekend. Once again, Austin didn't disappoint. It's just a brilliant and creative city, and with an abundance of things to get your teeth into over the MotoGP weekend. And cruising around on the Indian Scout Bobber had been a blast. Thanks Austin and Indian. I'll definitely be back for more two-wheel fun and excitement next year. But now it's your turn. Gear up, fire up your machine, and then just go for a ride. So thanks for watching, and if you like MotoGeo and our videos, then please don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell, so then you get notified when we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to check out our website for more info. Thanks again for watching, and ride safe out there.
$1,500 pair of boots. Place for breakfast, place to get a breakfast. I like pickles.